Hey guys, welcome back to Trainer TV. I'm Professor Chris, and I'm here with another video for those of you that are new or semi-new or getting back into competitive Pokemon battling. Whether it's a TCG or the video game, this video is going to be very informative, and it is a topic that is not very well explained and a little bit more difficult to understand than most things within the Pokemon realm or the scope of that. And that topic is championship points. So what championship points are is whenever you compete in any kind of officially sanctioned tournament, whether it be a small time like a league challenge or big time like nationals, depending on how you place, you are going to get a certain amount of championship points. In order to compete in the World Championships, last year, you needed 300 championship points in order to earn an invitation to Worlds. So if you guys are looking to compete on the big scale, if you're looking to try and take it to the top and be the very best that you can possibly be, championship points are something that you will absolutely need to be chasing if you are ever going to even compete in the World Championships. So up here on my screen, I have the official Pokemon website, and this page is actually a little bit buried. It's a little bit more difficult to find. But what it is, this is kind of the breakdown of championship points and where you can earn them. These events include, as it says here, it's going to be league challenges, city championships, state and province championships, regional championships, national championships, special premier events, and world championships. You've probably heard all of these talked about, but maybe in a different way. League challenges are always abbreviated as LCs. You might have heard people talking about that. These are the smallest type of tournaments that you can earn championship points in. And what they are your local leagues, just owned by professors in your area. Can set these up, and local people can come and play, and you can compete for a certain amount of championship points, usually for a very small amount of money, or usually for juniors and seniors it's nothing, but sometimes there will be a small entry fee like of $5. The rest of these are always abbreviated by pluralizing the first word. So people will say, I'm going to go compete in the city championships. They're going to say, I'm going to cities, or I'm going to states, I'm going to regionals or nationals, or even all the way up to worlds. So the reason state and province is named the way it is because obviously here in the United States, it's going to be the state championships. But if you live in an area that a place in the world that doesn't have states, you will have provinces, and that's why it's called state/province championships. So if you look down here, this kind of breaks it down how many points you can earn for each type of tournament. Now, something very important to understand is there's this thing down here you can see called the best finish limit. The best finish limit means that no matter how many of this type of tournament you compete in, you're only going to earn points for your best finish limit. For instance, the example that they give here on the website is, if you compete in 8 league challenge events, here it's right here, I'll highlight it, only your best 6 scorers will be counted. So that means that no matter how many league challenges or LCs you compete in, you're only going to be able to earn a maximum of 90 championship points for that series. So definitely go out to as many LCs as you can, because nothing's going to count against you, certainly. And all that you're doing is accumulating more and more, and so your top 6 finishes are what's going to count there. So league challenges are a great way to jump into competitive battling. It has little to no cost at all, and it will get you a few points here as well. You can see like first place earns 15, second place earns 12, and so on and so forth. The kicker over here, what that is that means that this many people have to be attending in order for this place to be eligible to earn championship points. So for instance, if you have a tournament of 1 person to 3 people, you are eligible for the first place prize. But the kicker for second place is 4. So you have to have at least 4 people at that tournament in order to earn a second place prize. If you place second and there's only 3 people at the tournament, you won't get anything. Nothing at all. And so sometimes tournaments you'll hear of, they'll make a top cut, and it'll be like the top 32 or top 16. That all depends on the amount of people that participate. So make sure that you invite your friends to league challenges when you go. Make sure to gather up everyone that you know to come, because that means the more prizes and the more championship points are at stake. So the next one up here is city championships. So cities are held once or twice a year. I'm not exactly certain on that. And those are a little more local. And as you can see, though, they draw a lot more people. And because they draw a lot more people, the points are higher. So you will earn 50 championship points if you place first in a city's championship. You can compete in, or you can get points for up to 4 of them, meaning if you place first in at least 4 city championships, you will already have 200 championship points. Now, before I go on, last year, or in this 2015 season, it took 300 championship points to get an invitation to the World Championships. So if you, even just doing local stuff, if you get first at 4 cities championships, and if you place in the top at league challenges consistently, you are only going to be 10 points away from getting an invite to the World Championships. So keep that in mind. You know, competitive battling isn't something that you have to travel a crazy distance across the world and all over your country. You don't have to do that to earn enough championship points to get into a World Championship. You can do this locally as long as you play well. So make sure that you practice up with your decks and that you just keep plugging away every single chance you get. League, LCs, cities, and next up is, so this is the scoreboard for both regionals and states. They give this, excuse me, they do not give the same. So this is for both regionals and states. Now, first up is the states. So it's pretty awesome what you can earn at a state championship. So first place, 100 points. Now, odds are you're never going to have issues meeting like the second place kicker, the third place kicker, or even you know, the 5th to 8th, because states usually attract about like 100 people. At least they do here in Colorado. So if you do well, you can beat a state and you can beat 4 city championships, and you already have your invitation for the World Championships. So make sure that you guys practice, and go to these things. So state championships are held once a year in the spring. So make sure to look out for those. Now, ones that are held twice a year are going to be regional championships. Regional championships, there's fall and there's spring. And the way it kind of works is it covers different sections of your country. So, for instance, here in the United States, we have one that's kind of West Coast, one that's more in the center, and one that's on the East Coast. And anyone can compete in any regional championships. You don't need any kind of special invite or anything like that in order to compete in a regionals. So if you guys have the time and ability to go, you can earn a lot of championship points from regional championships. Now, the Boston Open that I competed in, some of you saw in our Worlds vlog from day 2, that the Boston Open was the East Coast Regional Championship. And as a result, it was a very, very tough competition. And as you saw, I didn't do so well in it. But that's okay, because even if I place top 64, guess what? I'm still getting 15 points. And if I combine that with doing well locally, I still have a good shot at being invited to the World Championships. Now, next up is the National Championships. So the National Championships are held once a year, and these ones are usually the ones that you will see on the big streams. It was held, this spring, early summer, here in the United States. And check this out. So if you get first place at national championships, first place, second place, or third or fourth place, you automatically get an invitation to the World Championships based off of the points that you get, which is awesome. So if you guys get a chance to go to nationals, there's also no special qualifiers. Anyone can go to nationals. It's definitely something worth checking out, because if you manage to do well, then you pretty much instantly get an invitation to the World Championships. And some of the top prizes for nationals is your travel gets paid for to Worlds. So that is definitely something that you are going to want to try and compete in if you get the chance to go to nationals. And of course, the big kicker is the World Championships. So this last season, it took 300 championship points in order to get to Worlds. It hasn't been announced exactly how many we're going to need this year, but we're speculating it'll probably be about the same. And so, as you can see, placement first through fourth, instead of just championship points, you just automatically qualify for the next year's World Championships. And, as you can see, 5th to 8th gets 100, so you're already like almost halfway there, or specifically a third of the way there. And then 80 points, 60 points, 40 points. So if you guys get a chance to go to Worlds, obviously compete, and compete as long as you can. Don't drop out, because even if you just make it to day 2, you'll automatically get 40 points, which is still great in order to have on your record so that you're one step closer to Worlds the next year. So I thought this video was pretty pertinent in order to help you guys along in your competitive play, because the season has only just begun. The new season starts when Worlds finishes. So when you see league challenges going on in your area, when you see city championships going on in your area, make sure that you go and compete in them. Who knows? You could do very, very, very well and manage to get an invite to Worlds just by competing in league league challenges and city championships. It's always worth going to these things, so just make sure that you guys hit this up, because along with the points, there are always awesome prizes. At the States, there were booster boxes and mats and hats. And even the league challenges have like special promo cards that you saw Aaron's for placing 4th in his last league challenge that he went to. So I bring this all up because the season is young. If you choose that this is your year, this is the year that you want to go out there and you want to learn how to compete and you want to do your very best to earn all the points you need for World Championships, I'm here to tell you that you can do it. And this is all you need to do. So I will make sure that a link is in the description below to this very same webpage, so you can have a constant reminder of the points and the kickers and any kind of refresher that you would like on the subject of championship points. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Any questions, please leave me a comment down below. I will be more than happy to help answer any questions you may have about this. And until next time, thank you so much for watching Trainer TV, the Pokemon Lifestyle channel. Remember,